Stuff is broken. Everything is broken. I'm here. Ah, my goodness me. Oh dear. Uh, this has been a morning. My setup is different. Welcome. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Sunday. We are joined by a cat in a second. That's Bumlet. That is one of my old kittens. I don't even have water. I've got. Okay, hang on. So I can talk while I fix this. This early afternoon, I was trying to set up my new camera, and everything was good and everything was set up, except some things took a little bit longer to do because for some reasons the scenes were being messed up. What can I help you? You have food? You just woke up. Are you lonely? I don't know where your sister is. No. Oops. Maybe you can see him on the floor. Hang on. Barely. Barely. There by the catcher. I don't know what he wants. Okay, let me just set up my camera again. Why in the world does this happen? This is the weirdest thing. It's interesting because when I delete an image from, say, the Be Right Back screen, it deletes my camera from a different scene. It is the oddest thing, and I've never, ever experienced this weird thing before. I wonder if it's OBS that's just being a real pain. Okay, so that is, I'm gonna lock these. That is my Be Right Back screen. This screen is still good. Then I have my big screen with the big camera and WoW in the background, and that is messed up at the moment. I never added this. Be right back. Hang on. I think I know what's wrong. I'm gonna plop that up there. I'm gonna plop that up there. I would like this to not be okay. I think I found what might be wrong. I've got these things bundled up, like the shadow on my camera, and my camera is bundled up together. Well, I better greet you guys. Hello, George, and hello, Vanya. A long time no see indeed. The place looks very good. Thank you. It's just a different angle, really, and it's an angle I found with the new camera, which I'm not using at the moment because as I had everything set up and ready to go, the battery died. So I need to look into that. Might have to get a better bit of battery. Okay, that was that done. Now, I want to remove this alert box. Gone. And then I want to add my video gaming capture, Logitech, and you are supposed to be in the background of everything else. I'm gonna move this real quick, and then we go like this. That should be good, and and then in here, we need the game capture. This is a science, guys. Put that in there, and that needs to be smaller. That needs to be small, like that. That's good, I think. Hang on, let me just maximize this. Let's see what's going on here. You go in there, and shadow. Is not the right shadow. How do I grab you? What in the world? This is going great. How is your guys' Sunday going this far? Did I lock it? camera shadow. Webcam shadow. Okay, well, what if I delete it and just re-add it? Image. There we go, and then I think, I think, no, nothing is gone. Oh no, okay, well at least, no, game's gone. I can't win with this. What is... Do you guys see this too? Where the game comes up, but then it vanishes. We need a new IA to fix these problems. What in the world is going on? And the thing is that the game is like, it's programmed right, so I have no idea why this keeps happening. This is so weird. This is so weird. Let me capture. I wonder if my see only doctor. Well, I guess I just have to delete it again. Yeah, the screen does turn black. It goes from good to not so good. Well, I am stubborn. We good now. And I'm not gonna touch anything. We're gonna go like this. Oh, there is one thing I want to touch though, because my camera properties are all over the place. You know what? I'm just gonna be bright-faced today. I just at this point in time, it's just I'm tired. I just want to play some WoW, okay? I just want to play some WoW. First off, I gotta put on some earrings and put all this stuff away. I've got stuff from the camera and weird. My table is a mess. Hang on. Move this away and get this one. And I still have cold coffee from this morning, because I got distracted. I've been working so hard and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The plan today was actually to do some mount farming. I haven't done that since forever. So I want to do a bit of that, and then I want to do a bit of leveling. I've been working on my warrior, who's currently in Westfall, and I want to continue that. So yeah, and then just see if I can get my blood pressure down a little bit with some WoW. How have you all been? I would like to apologize for the cancelled stream last week. I don't even remember why I cancelled it this time around. Oh yeah, I have had a lot of stuff going on, and there is still a lot of stuff going on, but I will not have that deter me from doing what I want to do, which is to play games and to stream and to do a bit of content creation. So I've written down for myself that I wanna reinvigorate myself and get back on track with more content creation. I've been not really doing much after work these days, except been doing a lot of sports. I've started doing circuit training 2 days a week, sometimes 3, and I'm also still running, but I'm doing that circuit training to. Why am I putting on blue earrings when I'm wearing red? Because running all the time gets boring. So I want to do a bit of other types of sports once in a while, and I still haven't gotten my butt around to play football with some of my colleagues. It's just I just see myself out in that field, incredibly uncomfortable, potentially hurting myself, all the while being in a group of people I have never spoken to before. And my anxiety does not like the thought of that. So that's where we are at the moment. I think I would like to. Well, now I can play WoW only Saturdays for a couple of hours. Is raiding with my guild. Oh, what's up? Is it work that's getting in the way? Because I know that feeling all too well. I've been working a lot recently. We are getting into the busy season, and I had to actually write down all the projects I have to take care of, which is both good and bad. It's good in the sense that time passes by quickly when you are at work, but it's bad because then when you get home from work, you have absolutely zero energy, and that's why there's not been a lot of content creation on my side recently. All right, what did I want to do? I wanted to just do a little bit of turning down. What? No, remind me later. Thank you very much. Oh. It's not even my light that's making me this exposed. It's just the camera. What if I do this? Is that gonna help? No. No. I tried to block out a bit of backlight behind me with a fake blackout curtain, and this is how it went. All right. Do you have any game sound? No, you don't have any game sound. I shall give you some. That should help. Turn it down the sound for myself. And let's see. I also do want to keep an eye on the treasure goblins, because I still don't have the charger. I managed to get the banner, the bag, the pet, the toy, one of the. Is it an axe or is it a mace appearance? I've gotten those. I have to get used to the camera being up there and not over here, because that'll take a while. Okay, so the next spawn is in the Waking Shores. We should know that. Okay, I just gotta keep an eye on the time. So last time I did. No, let me just check in on the auction house here. Last time I did mount farming was in Stratholme for the Bone Steed, which I still don't have. So who's up for going back there? Is the camera cocked? It seems like it's a little bit cocked. Hang on. That way. Okay, no, that doesn't help. That makes it worse. I think that helped a little bit. Nothing is in order here. Nothing. I had to wait to farm them out because my PC went too slow, too many people. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I have heard that from a lot of people, that that's a problem actually with the frame rate going down. I hadn't experienced it myself until I went to Orgrimmar. was it yesterday, I think. It was crazy. I've never had so much delay. It wasn't really sort of, it wasn't like the game froze. It was just from the time from when I pressed the button to me actually casting the ability. It was just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So the weather is incredible outside, which is probably why I'm so bright. I don't want to, hang on. I want to put it on the be right back screen, but I can't. Should help a little bit. Or not. Because it's so bright outside that the camera is just not having it. My good expensive camera was having it, but then it decided to die on me. It went, "Oh, you're gonna stream like this right now? Sorry, don't have the battery." Okay. That was that done. Have you guys gotten the mounts from the trading post yet? I haven't. I've almost finished. I think I'm, what was it, at 700 or 900? I wonder if I should drink this cold coffee, if that'll make me feel good or bad. Hang on, I want to see if I... No, what is this? It looks like I have to reset everything once I take a break. Now I'm brighter than before. Excuse. I wonder if... Hang on. What can I put on them all? It'll be okay. Okay, I guess I'll just put on the be right back screen. There's gonna be a duplicate of the WoW screen, but hang on. Didn't help. Did not help. I'm just gonna keep going. Right. Stratholme. Stratholme. That is quite a bit from here. What was it I did last time? I think I went to the Dreamway, didn't I? Or the Dreamway. And went to the Hinterlands and then went from there. I'm good. I'm fine. I am so chill. I will chill in about 10 minutes. It's fine. I just get a little bit frazzled now that I spent such a long time setting this camera up, and then I think I spent about an hour on it, and then it finally everything worked, and then 10 minutes before the stream it just dies. So I had to really, really quickly set the old webcam up again, and that led to some issues apparently in OBS. I have no idea what's wrong with my scenes, and it also messed with my stream deck, so that's fun. Yeah, those days. Where am I going? Is it somewhere over here? It's been so long, I kind of forgot. It's not Western Plaguelands. It has to be here somewhere. There's a service entrance somewhere. It must be over here. This must be the service entrance. I need some more sound. And you guys need some more sound. No, there is no sound, really. Yeah, remind me when I do get up and take my break to get some tea or some coffee. Coffee, actually, preferably. I didn't get that much coffee this morning because I went for a run right after my first cup. Didn't didn't want to get too much coffee before going for that run, because then I tend to be a little bit my legs tend to be a little bit heavy, and my heart tends to be beating a little bit too quickly. It's too much caffeine. So I slow down on that. I am in balance spec, right? Yes. Oh, good. Let's just go. I can't see a thing on my screen because it's so bright outside. That's something I really need in my future home, is an office where I can put in blackout curtains and not be this dependent on the sun being away for streaming and recording and whatnot. Okie dokie. I can hardly see where I'm going, so if I suddenly run into a wall, you will know why. Because the sun is teasing me. Can you go away, please? It was nice and cloudy this morning. It's all good. We've been talking about graphics card in guild chat recently. And is it really true that the new NVIDIA 4070 sets your PC on fire? Like melts stuff. Is that really a thing? Because it sounds really dangerous. Just because there's like a new plug or new setting on it, that if it's not all the way in, it's gonna melt your stuff, which is kind of scary. I wouldn't want to use a graphics card like that, because what if I think I have set it up correctly, if I have plugged it all the way in, but I haven't, and I just destroy all my other equipment, all the insides of my PC, and that's just a lot of money out the window. I'm perfectly comfortable at the moment with my 3070. But of course I don't know how it will fare in something like Diablo, which I have been considering buying and playing. I haven't played Diablo since Diablo 2, what's it called, Resurrected? Which I played when I was about 10. I haven't played it since. I think I might have actually... No, I can't have. I was wondering if I had dipped my toes into it afterwards, to just for nostalgia's sake, but I doubt it. I remember I stopped playing because there were these hacks. There were these cheat codes. Or what? No, it wasn't cheat codes. It was cheat items. So I started going online. Before that, I wasn't playing online. I was just, playing offline with my brother. And we started playing online, and people made these cheat items, insanely overpowered rings or weapons or something. But we knew there was always a risk. They could bug it, so something would happen to your character, this character that you spent hours and hours and hours on. We knew that something like that could happen because people are trolls and people are mean. Like that. In my stupidity, I found, I think, a ring, a completely overpowered ring. I had found a lot of overpowered stuffs, and I had used it, and I was playing a sorceress, and I was basically walking through mobs, and they would just be dying without me even touching them. They would die as I was getting closer. And then I found this ring in the corner of that main town that you get into as you start the game in Diablo 2. I found a ring in the corner. And I thought, oh, somebody left it here for someone else, and they hid it in the corner so no one could see it, so I'm gonna pick it up. And I picked it up. And my character was stuck. She was stuck in place. I could only move her around like this. Twirl. And that was the end of that character. I could not fix it. I could not unequip that ring and then free my character. That was just the end of it. I was very sad, and I haven't actually played the game since. So, advice? If you ever play online, don't pick up stuff on the ground. You never know if it's bugged, if there's anything wrong with it. It was traumatizing. Alright, well, no dice in that one. It doesn't even tell me, do I have rarity on? Because usually rarity will tell me. Dungeon difficulty, don't you have? I don't need to have it on heroic. Oh, I've got 900 towards spirit. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Stratholme. Stratholme. That's not the Stratholme. It's the other Stratholme. Oh, that's from Burning Crusade, isn't it? Yeah, normal. Should be dropping on normal. That's weird. It didn't really show me. Oh, well. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We know we tried it. And it didn't drop. So we try again. I went and looked at a house this week. And there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that it's perfect. It is just grabbed straight out of my little brain and materialized here. The bad news is that it's expensive. It's quite over my budget, I might add. So I don't know really where I go from here. I guess I just keep looking, honestly, because there's no way I would be able to afford the insurance for a house like that. There's a lot of fields, and there's a stable, and there's a little greenhouse. There's a little garden with lots of like flowers and potatoes, and it's just absolutely gorgeous little place and perfect for just one person like me. But it's a little bit expensive. I wonder if it's a little bit overpriced. Everything is overpriced at this point in time, honestly, and it's never easy to buy a house by yourself. Also, as a first-time buyer, the banks are not entirely happy with lending you money, which is a bit of a shame. It's the same kind of situation as when you try to get into your first job. Everybody needs you to have experience, but you can't get any experience unless they give you a chance in that job. It's a little bit the same situation with the bank and buying a house for the first time. I'm sorry, we can't lend you money because you haven't lent money before. Well, if you don't allow me to actually give it a go, then I'll never be able to. So that's where we're at the moment. And renting something in the countryside is really not simple. And that's also part of me that's wondering if I should go back to the city. Not the city, but closer to the city. To be closer to my friends and the cinema and grocery stores. I wonder where the kittens went. They were well, it's not really the other day. It's a couple of weeks ago because it's been a while since I streamed. They were outside in the rain. And I let them outside during work. We have gotten to a point now where they can be outside alone by themselves while I am at work. And I came home and it had been raining all day, and I had let a barn door be open for them so they could at least go into the barn. They had not figured that out, however, so they were drenched when I got home. And they very much wanted to come back inside, especially Nox. Bumley is a little bit more tolerant of water. He doesn't seem to really mind it. I don't know if it's got to do with his fur, which is sort of, it's quite thick, but also it seems like it's a little bit waterproof, if that makes sense. It's very sort of smooth. And he loved the snow during winter, so maybe there is something with him in water. Maybe he is half Siberian tiger. Hello, Noxie. Hi. You're all dusty. Where have you been? Have you been on the... Yeah, hi. Hi. I think you have been on the roof. You're full of cobwebs. Yeah. Hi. There's a... Hi. Yeah, that's a microphone. You are a very, very affectionate cat. We know that. Yeah, you are. She gets like this when she comes back from inside. You're very dusty. I'm gonna be dusty all over as well. Like there's cobwebs on me now. You know? I also wanted to set up a cat cam now that I had fixed the camera, which wasn't fixed after all because the battery died. But I need another extension cord before that can happen. Can you hear her? Her purring. I know. I know. You're on camera and you know that. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear her. She's purring up a storm. And you're also drooling. You have a habit of when she's really happy and really affectionate, she drools so much. I don't know how such a pretty, elegant cat like you can sometimes be so gross. And I say that with all the affection. Yeah. We do this all the time, don't we? Push the pop filter back. You're drooling so much. Gross. I'm gonna dry it off in your fur. You're really gross, you know that? I don't know if she was taken away from her mother too early, because she's got these tendencies. But apparently her sibling has got the same thing. It's got the same problem, where she will lick a special kind of fabric. I use it for my morning robe. It's like a soft cotton. She loves that, and she will lick it, and she will drool all over it, and it's really gross. And then she's got this tendency where when she gets really happy and affectionate, she will drool. And it seems very sort of kitten-like, that I wonder if she was too young when she was taken away from her mom. But then again, I actually kind of stretched it a little bit. The owners wanted to give the kittens to us a bit earlier than I thought was a good idea. There is a recommendation of not removing the kittens from their mother until they're at least 12 weeks. And so that's what I was determined to let pass before I adopted them. So I've been doing a fair bit of keys. I still keep looking that way. That's not where the camera is, it's up here. I've been doing a fair bit of keys. Yesterday and the day before yesterday. So my rating is now up to 1400, which is not Keystone Master yet, but getting closer. And I actually think it's a blast. I run with my friends from some of the people who's also in our raid group, and we're having a really great time. Some of them are very, very good and do 18s and 20s, which it's been a while since I've done 20s. I did a couple in Shadowlands, but I haven't really been interested in doing that, especially for the first. Where did all my bars go? Everything is just going to. It's going wrong today. I feel like my threat plates, my camera, my OBS setup, everything. Hopefully nothing else, knock on wood, will go wrong today. I just want the rest of my Sunday to be calm and uneventful. I do have a family dinner tonight though, so it's very unlikely that the rest of the evening will be uneventful. Is there anything else new? We are progressing still on heroic. Heroic raid. Oh dear, my bags are full of stuff. That one, and that one, and that one. We are a little bit stuck on Skarn, I think is how you pronounce it. The third last boss is proving to be a little bit tricky for us. We are getting close, I think we got him down to 20 or something on the last pull, and we are progressing tonight. I hope they don't take him down before I get home from the family dinner. So then we just got the Shade of Neltharion and Sarkareth left, and I expect Sarkareth to be a little bit of a challenge for us, because normal was a challenge, and I have yet to survive through that battle, actually. It's rough. It's not easy. I will say, it's far from as bad as Sylvanas and the Jailer. Sylvanas was just good times. I'm not going to go back to that anytime soon. What can I throw away? Oh wait, hang on. Hang on. This is all transmog. That's not transmog. Throw that one away. And that's transmog. That's not transmog. Yes. Oh, we can transmog gray items. I gotta be careful. Okay, attempt number 3 of the day. Nope. No dice. We are leaving. I also might have to get up and get something to eat in my break, because I, of course, got hungry as I was setting up, and I was so focused on getting all the camera stuff right that, well, I didn't eat anything. Can have that, and have that. I hope it's not selling. I think it is selling stuff I could transmog. Oh well. Mace, I could send that over. And leather I'm using myself. So I'm gonna just quickly use this for transmog. And don't want to sell this one. It's gonna be sold, isn't it? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. That's old stuff I don't need. Wand. Who can transmog wands? I guess only my mage can. Okay. Okay, we're good for now. We go back. No, wait. Hang on. We reset first. And then we go back. All good here? Yeah, all good here. We had an event here as well in the countryside on last Sunday. I'm pretty sure it was, where we had like a festival kind of thing on the harbor with food stalls and stalls with sort of storytelling and history, and there was a fishing competition for children. There was a lottery, all kinds of good stuff. And one of my co-workers was in charge of it, and I was just so happy that I didn't have to join. It was on Sunday, and I was actually really close to going, but then the day was very, very windy, and I just did not fancy the idea of going by myself to an event with a lot of people. I should have gone to take some photos for work, but I ended up not going. And I don't regret that decision, to be completely honest with you. My colleague had a really long day. I think she had 2 really long days, actually. What are you up to? You're cleaning yourself. Yep, there she goes on the bed. You know, I've actually kind of missed Mount Farming. I haven't really missed this dungeon. This dungeon gets old real quick. And I think I need to keep farming it while watching something, like a stream or a TV show or something, as I usually do. Because it's so dark as well. There's no... So messy in here. None of you can clean up a little bit? Look at all these boxes. You should tidy up a bit. The gauntlet. I was in Halls of Infusion yesterday for a key. And I find it really nice and really interesting that a couple of bosses in there have their own music. So you have the first boss with the 3 dwarves. It's sort of a piratey, sailory kind of music. Very dynamic, very fun. And then you have, what's his name? Deus? The Time Lord. Chrono Lord or something. Let me just look it up in a sec. He has got his own music as well, and I think, I mean, he is most definitely going to be a prominent character for a future patch. Let's just see here. Oh, Zuldaman. What did I say? Halls of Intrusion. I meant Uldaman, I'm sorry. So Chrono Lord Deus is certainly an interesting boss, an interesting character. I actually think he's pretty cool. He's also got his own voice actor and everything, so he's going to be prominent, that's for sure. And it's a very sort of mysterious, dramatic music that he has. I'm here for it. So if I do invest in Diablo, I will definitely be playing that on stream. You will get to watch me struggle to get used to the game, because I haven't played it in so long. And then, of course, Diablo 4 is a new game. It's not the same as the old game. So probably a different... Is it a different story? Or is it the same story? Because I remember... I guess Lilith is new. Isn't that her name? The Queen? Queen of Demons? So yeah, new story. Same classes, but probably a completely different gameplay. And then it's a dark game, so I probably should not be be playing it in the morning, in the afternoon like this, when it's so sunny outside and I have no blackout curtains, I think I will be struggling a little bit. And then I always get surprised at how many enemies are actually around you in Diablo. Like they have these packs of demons, and it just looks so overwhelming when you in WoW have a couple of enemies at a time. So okay, no dice again, so we will leave. And I think I might just go and make myself some coffee, guys. And some food. We'll reset this. And sell some stuff. I'm gonna keep these. Mister. For transmog. Is there anything in my... Oh, that's too late now anyway. I was gonna say, is there anything in my buy back that I want? We got a fancy green shoulder thingaboop, which is still bound, so never mind. No. Got that maze again. Right. I am gonna take a premature break, see if I can fix my setup a little bit, and then make some coffee. And I'll probably just get it started and then be back, because me waiting for the coffee to finish and then coming back is a little bit. So let me just see if I can fix this be right back screen. I fixed it. More, no, I didn't fix everything, but I fixed the be right back screen, and I'm back. And coffee is brewing. I forgot about the treasure goblin, so let me just check where he is gonna spawn. He's gonna spawn in Orgrimmar, which means I'm gonna look over to my warlock, who is not an Orgrimmar. I'm gonna log over to my demon hunter, who is an Orgrimmar, and I will give it another go at the mount, which I still don't have. And then after I go over to the portal, once it spawns, I'll go and grab my coffee, and then I will be back very quickly with some of that. It smells amazing, which means I really need that coffee. Usually in the afternoon, actually after 3, which is just in a few minutes, I might crave coffee, but then it doesn't taste very good to me. It's usually in the morning is when it tastes the best. I usually just inhale my coffee in the morning. It's very tasty that early, but in the afternoon it's a bit of a different story. I don't know. Maybe my taste buds have been so stimulated with other things during the day. Unless I have it with say a cake or something. There's particular kinds of cakes where it's really good with coffee, and then there's some cakes where it's better with tea. And I'm definitely making myself hungry. I did have a piece of these flatbreads with some grains in them, so staved off the worst hunger. I need to be sure that I don't go to work. Go to work. Go to dinner. I've got work on my brain. It's Monday tomorrow. Be sure I don't go to family dinner too hungry, because you never know when you get fat. All right, he is gonna spawn in a minute. And this ship looks so much like the Darkmoon dirigible. It makes me really want that mount. Oh, wait, hang on. I just noticed that this character looks so much like a new character I just made. Well, there's that. I noticed the other day that you can make your mount twirl around. Like this rotate automatically. I think that's a new setting. So when I logged in, I got slightly seasick from all this twirling of my mount. Like, please stop. How do I fix this? Okay. Is there any portal up? Yep. Over here. I shall put my character down here, and then I will be right back. Here we go. Got my coffee. So now I'm happy. It's very easy to make me happy. Just give me a cup of coffee, and something to eat, and I'm good. Maybe not even something to eat, just coffee, and wow. There was something I wanted to say that I thought of saying while I went and grabbed my coffee, but now I have forgotten. So there's that. um well, I'll talk of something else then. I just finished reading another book, the Slate House book. I think I've told you guys about. It's kind of a short book, and I haven't really been in the mood for books for the past couple of months. It's been sort of in between months where it hasn't really been wintry, but it hasn't really been summery either. It's just been and I've been really busy and not really felt reading. What is all these turtles doing here? There's something going on in Pandaria, isn't there? Is there something going on? Glow Cap Festival. The Spring Balloon Festival is over. Weird. What's all these? I want to go and check out the 1,000 Boat Bash here. Because I don't think I've ever done that. And apparently you can build your own boat. And I want to try building my own boat. And wow, that sounds really fun. Anyway, Slate House is a good book. It's a very different book. It's slightly spooky. It's definitely fantasy. So if you're not into that, don't grab it. It sounds on the surface like it might not be fantasy, but it is. It's fantasy. And it's a bit of a mystery, dark, dark mystery fantasy. So now I need to figure out what to read next. I've gotten some recommendations from a friend for the Way of Shadows book series, which sounds really good, and I would like to get it. But then there's a part of me that knows I need to save money, and I've got so many books in my bookshelf that I haven't read yet. One of them being The Dawn of the Aspects, which I should finish. Honestly. But it's a bit tough to get through, whereas that pre-book to Shadowlands, what was it called? I always forget what it's called. Shadows Rising? Shadows something. I'm gonna go check in a second. That one was really good. That one I devoured. Okay, let's see if Treasure Goblin has got anything other than gold for me now. And let's see how the game fares. It is fine. Last time it spawned in Orgrimmar was up by the Flight Masters. So that was a little bit... yeah. You know, I might just go, like, might just set this character down and then go check that book name. It is Shadows Rising. Shadows Rising. Very good book. Very good characters. There was Bonsam cameo. There was more Sappy Boy. There was just general character development, which was really nice. Okay, one mount, please. No. Another pet. That is probably my 4th pet. I don't know if anybody still needs a pet. Wort's Lost Leg. I've got that one. That's the one I've got. Still got some Hallows End stuff on this character. Little green helper, I don't need that. Don't need that. I mean, I guess I could sell it. It's 20 gold. Alright. We tried for that. We tried for mounts. Now I want to go over to my warrior and do a bit of leveling. I'm back in Westfall, which is a classic place for me to go and level. I grew a little bit tired of Ashenvale. Not because the scenery isn't nice, but it was so few quests gathered around the same area. It was one quest that sent me to the other side of the map, and then one quest that sent me back again. and it was just too slow for leveling. I am all for enjoying the process, but that was a little bit ridiculous. So, and I'm actually having a good time leveling this character. I leveled a warrior in the past over on Silver Moon. Also Void Elf. Also Fury. Now that I think about it, I should have probably gone arms just to spice it up a little bit. Red bandana, we'll get one of those. Hello VJ, how are you doing? I couldn't really decide if I wanted to say how's it going or how are you doing, so it became a bit of a weird mix. How are you? How was your week? How was your past 2 weeks actually? Because it's been a while. How's it going doing? Yes, that's what I was about to say. It happens in your enthusiasm that your brain and your body does not agree. Great, pushing PvE and PvP. It sounds good. I haven't started pushing PvP yet, but I have started the PvE, and we are progressing in raid, on heroic raid, and I did my first 15 key actually yesterday. We did, believe it or not, Uldaman as the first 15 key. A couple of weeks ago, I was in a 14 Uldaman with a couple of pugs, and it was blummin' awful. It was really terrible. So I was surprised that it went so well. It was a relatively, well, it was a completely smooth run. It wasn't a relatively smooth run. It was a very smooth run. So that was really great. Granted, it was also guildies and really good guildies who knows their stuff. So nice, grats, thank you. It's not my first 15 ever. It's just my first 15 this season. I always find the first season of an expansion to be the worst because you have no gear and you have to start from complete scratch. But if you come next season, you don't have to start from scratch because you've got semi-decent gear. You might have been pushing keys towards 20 and stuff, so that's always an easier time. I really like riding my ground mount around. I have missed that. Is it upstairs or downstairs? I always forget. It is. There's a lot of corpses in here. That's really creepy. It is upstairs. Good. Do you agree that it somehow seems easier from season 1 coming into 4 weeks of season 2 without another seasonal affix? Apparently people agree it's easier for them. Oh, way easier. Way easier. But then again, I will say though, no, hang on a second. You usually get the 3rd affix. No, the 4th affix on a 10 key, right? It's definitely easier. I will say one thing though. Did I not grab the book? I thought I grabbed the book. I guess I didn't. I will say though, the new affixes, they don't cause too much trouble for us yet. But that's also because we're making sure that we're getting people in, classes in, that can counter them. You can say what you want about quaking and about explosive, but those now removed affixes, everybody could deal with them. Every single class could counter them in some way. That is not the case for the 2 new affixes. I can't do anything as a Frost DK. I would love to help. I am more than eager. I loved taking care of those explosives. but I can't do anything. And I'm playing with my friends, so we can work around it. But if I were to pug, I'm not very attractive. My character is not very attractive because, for one, it's not the meta and it never has been, and it probably never will be. And second, I can't do anything to counter afflicted, and I can't do anything to counter what was it, incorporeal, ethereal, that second one. I can't do anything. At some point in time, Frost DKs and warriors could do something about the ethereal. Now we can't. Blizz regretted it for some reason. I don't know. Incorporeal. Yeah. I feel like the new affixes feel like mini games instead of just passive headaches. Maybe? I don't know, because isn't it kind of also a mini game to stop casting when there is quaking? And isn't it also kind of a mini game to hit all the explosives before they explode on you? And isn't it also a mini game to avoid the shades, which I still hate? I hate the shades so much. But at least I can do something with them, you know? I'm very useful with shades because I can chains of ice all of them, so I slow them down. So, I mean, I do... Yeah, no, I don't understand. I don't understand why they have added something that not every class can counter. Fair enough if you add something like Afflicted or Incorporeal, but have me be able to use my kicks. That would be great. Crown Division is the past, inside the dead mines. Alright, that's true. So that's my only complaint. Other than that, yeah, it's definitely easier. I asked my friend how come they removed the fourth affix, and Eon apparently said that if... What was it? That if it's something that makes the dungeon easier, then it might as well not be there. And that's the thing. I've never gotten the impression that the fourth affix was making a dungeon easier. I felt like it was a pretty good balance, in the sense that it was a pain in the butt and you had to really think about how to, like, what route to go for and what mobs to go for, and the timing of things to actually make use of the buffs, or usually buffs or increased stats or whatnot that the extra affix gave you. You really had to think about that. So it wasn't just something that made it easier, it made you think a lot more, and it was fun. I still remember Prideful. Prideful was the best. It was so good. Because you had Denathrius running around with you. Am I going the right way? I need to follow... Yes, I think I'm going the right way. Follow the homeless people. And I should choose a new talent. What do we got? Heals you for 15%. I know Warpaint is good. Sudden Death. Chance to reset the cooldown and execute and make it usable on any target, regardless of their health. Raging Blow has 2 charges. I will go with that, and I will go with that. And then I will go with Thunderclasp. Lost enemy, reduce a movement speed. Yeah, that sounds useful. Movement speed. I will go for that. Thunderclasp, but I'll move up here because it is a crowd control of sorts. I have some stuff I need to... No, equip. Didn't. Also, those of you who were here for the beginning of the stream or who consider watching the VOD, I have put in a new intro soundtrack, as the title says, for today's stream. Because I just got tired of the fact that Twitch cut out the intro as well as part of the first, like the first part of the actual stream where I talk, so we can't hear what I say. And that's really not very good for people who come by and are interested and watch the VOD. It's not a very good thing to have something that's seemingly discredited soundtrack. It's not the case. It's Twitch that's made a mistake because someone on YouTube has made a video where they make it seem as though the soundtrack, which is from the YouTube audio library, meaning it's completely free to use, that person makes it seem as though it's their soundtrack, that they made it, that they made the soundtrack, they made the music. It's their piece of art, so to speak. It's not. But that's what Twitch has picked up on. And I have made a report on YouTube. But that's not gonna... I mean, it's being investigated, I guess, at some point in time. And until then, I can't really wait. So I added another soundtrack. The intro tune in my little teaser in the top is still the same. So that's something at least. Oh well. But I hope you like it. I think it's great. I think it's also good. It's not as good. What am I doing? What did I do? It's not as good as the former one, but it will have to make do for the time being. I have gotten myself an herb garden. Herb garden. I don't have a greenhouse here, and it's not my place. I'm just renting it, so I don't want to actually plant anything outside in the soil of the garden. So I have this big collection of pots of all sizes with herbs and 2 tomato plants. I guess I could have more, but then again, if they do really well, I won't have the time to eat all those tomatoes anyway, so it's a good amount for just me. And in my herb garden, I have got a lot of mint. I've got this mint plant from last year. I'm actually surprised that it survived through the winter, but it came back strong. And there's going to be a lot of mint, and it's got its own pot because mint is super overpowering. It's super sort of invasive, and it will take over the pot if I had its share with a neighbor. So it's got its own pot. Then I've got a big pot with a big plant of parsley, because parsley is great and you can use it for so many things. And then I have basil. Basil just cannot survive through the winter, no matter how hard I try. I guess I could try to bring the pot with me inside during the winter, but it's still very difficult because it needs a lot of sunlight. And That's doing well. Then I've got my 2 tomatoes, and then I've got a pot with chives and dill. I don't know how the chives are gonna fare because they are an old plant I had in the window. It's my mom's, but it hadn't been doing too well for a good old while, and I thought I'm gonna put it outside in a pot and then see if it takes root and get if that'll make it happier. And then the dill, I got a lot of little sprouts, a lot of little babies from a colleague, and I'm also very curious about those. They seem to be happy, but they are starting to yellow a little bit. I don't know if that's normal. I had no idea Van Cleef had a daughter. How tragic. What was that? Did you hear something? Seems as if the gnolls are pulling back. Oh my gods. Oh dear, oh dear. The rise of the Brotherhood. I'm surprised, but I like the sound. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I would be surprised too. I tried to go for a bit of the same mood, but then a little bit more sort of. No, it is kind of the same kind of composition. Composition. It is Sunday. Admiral, your hat. Westfall is just always interesting. I remember this part when I started playing WoW with my paladin. I miss the old Westfall though. I'm not much for the whole fortress kind of thing going on here. I really liked the little sort of homesteady village. I like that. So I'm supposed to go back to Stormwind now to talk about the rise of the Brotherhood. So this griffin is just not faster than the other griffin, though. There is that. I guess I'll go to Dark Shore after this, maybe Stranglethorn. Good days. It was good days. It's just, it's kind of sad, or I get kind of sad sometimes that I can't go back to that nostalgia I felt. It was just another, well, it wasn't only a different time. It was also, I mean, I was a child, so the feeling was completely different. I really recently discovered, or not recently, but over the past 10 years or so, I've come to that realization that really it is so much trouble to be an adult. There is so many feelings, there is so many thoughts, there is so many worries. It's terrible. I don't want to be an adult. So honestly, video games should be a lot more for adults because we need serious stress relief and serious a serious way to get away from the world and just hide. It really isn't a surprise that it is like this. That so many adults play well. All right. I'm not flying yet, right? It's level 30, I believe. Yeah. Serial connection. I haven't used voice storage at all on any character. I really should. I really should use some voice storage on my main. It's kind of bad. Oh, I could go to the Shadowlands if I wanted to. Not that I want to, but I could. I could. I bought ice cream on sale the other day. No, ice cream. Not popsicles. It's like Magnum ice creams on a stick. She looks so much like Vanessa. It's kind of scary. No. I think that might be the Pandoria questline. Return to Sentinel Hill. We return. So yeah, I bought some ice cream, and I look forward to having one after the stream. We were talking about chocolate and ice cream during our keys yesterday, and honestly, I might have a bigger craving for ice cream now that the weather is warmer, but I can always eat ice cream. It's not just a summer thing for me. Now you just have more excuses. I look forward to getting a real big ice cream cone with all the stuff on top, like soft ice. And I was telling you guys about that marshmallow whip. That is a staple here in Denmark as a topping on your ice cream. So it's a strawberry or raspberry flavored marshmallow whip that you put on top. It's very, very good if it's homemade. So if you have homemade waffle cones and homemade marshmallow whip, you are good. You're having a good time. Oh, Dark Moon Fair is up. I completely forgot about that. I should go and get the buff. What am I doing? Oh yeah. My brain just going on autopilot, and I don't even stop to think. Sweet. I can't melt this tin for some odd reason, so I'll just sell the ore. Whoops. Swift Thistle. Peace blooms. Do you need any rocks? No. Not as much. Wool cloth, maybe. Copper ore that I also can't melt. I don't know why it won't let me melt this stuff. I've apparently only learned cataclysm mining, and I can't fix it. Let's sell this, sell that. This one is a offhand staff, so I can send that over to my druid, and she can get the transmog for it. There we go. We sell some more rocks. You know what I've also picked up recently, and the reason why this has happened is because I suddenly came upon a content creator on YouTube. You know that recommended content you get on YouTube sometimes. Most of the time it hits kind of off target. And I also thought this one did. But it's a content creator that plays The Sims, and I haven't played that game in many years, and I probably won't really get into it because I've got WoW, and WoW just takes up all the free time I have. But it did spark my interest in the game again. The Sims is one of those games that you play really, really intensely for hours on end and days on end, and you are hooked and addicted, and you can't stop. And time just flies when you play it. And then you stop for several years, and you don't touch the game for several years. I haven't touched it since, I think, Sims 3 was new, which is many years ago. And then you suddenly get an inkling to do it again, and then you I don't know if you can say you binge a game, but you definitely binge it. But yeah, if I start playing Diablo, I certainly will not have time to play anything else. Oh, Sentinel Hill is on fire. It's not doing well. Hello, Marshall. What's up? Lakeshire. Do we want to go to Lakeshire? Do we want to go to Lakeshire? Or do we want to go to Duskwood? I feel like it. I mean, I could go and... I never, ever do these two quests. So I kind of want to go and do it and see what's in the treasure chests. So let's go over there, and then while I go there, I will decide where to go. I don't think I'll go to Duskwood again. I always go to Duskwood. So maybe I will do Lakeshire. That has been a while. Or... What about... What's over here? We don't want to do Blasted Lands. I think I'll do Stratholme. So green and nice in Stratholme. Diablo 4 seems like a good game, but in my opinion, the price is too high for what the game offers. Oh, I haven't even checked the price, but I bet it is. I bet it is. You know, if I decide not to, but I still want to play Diablo, I might just go and play some Diablo 2, honestly, on stream, because that one is definitely not expensive anymore, at least. And I know that game actually has nostalgic value for me. And I might be a little bit more not so much of a beginner with that game. But then again, I haven't ever played a game. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. I was about to say that I haven't ever played a game on stream that I've played for the first time, which is kind of untrue. We played Amnesia for a short while over on YouTube, which was a lot of fun. Ish. Depending on how you perceive fun. But, so that was the first time I played that game, but I had seen so many gameplays of it. I knew what to do. I knew what it was about. Wasn't discovering. And I would actually really like to play a game on stream where I discover it, where I am a beginner. I think that would be fun. And that's not really something that WoW is ever going to be again. Regardless of how much they change between expansions. Go, and there. Did I tell you guys about the champagne tasting I went to? I don't think I did. Footlocker slowly creaks open. Sand and mortar seem to be its only content. But wait! A small crab scurries all out with a clue to the treasure in his claws. Old Barrow. Oh. So I went to a champagne tasting. Not much stuff happens in the countryside, but there was a champagne tasting, and I went there with my aunt. And it was actually a good time. There weren't that many people, and most of them were elderly, but I thought it's a really good way to actually introduce myself to the society. So people will kind of know me a bit more now. Okay, see if I can take care of all these murlocs. And we had some nice... It wasn't all champagnes, because champagne has to be from Champagne, or however you pronounce that in French, to actually be called champagne. But it was sparkling wine, a sparkling wine tasting. And it was very casual, so very down to earth. I grew up with a father who's a wine enthusiast, so might be a little bit snobbish when it comes to wine. But it was nice to just be with people that were very sort of casual in their way of drinking wine, meaning there weren't, expectations to identify what it tastes like and what it smells like and what reminded them of. It was good or bad, it was sweet or it was dry. And we could discuss that a little bit, and then just otherwise just chat about who I am and who they are and get to know each other. So now I've expanded my network a little bit. Grant, I'm not a social butterfly by any means, and I like being alone, but it is nice to actually know people a little bit and to get more of a feeling of belonging here. I need to get some friends. I need to find some friends here. My friends are closer to the city, and I miss them a lot. Search the empty jug next to the windmill for the next clue. Up here we go. I don't mind this. I know this is not the fastest way to level, but it's a good time, and it's been a long time since I've done this quest line. I don't know what's on here then. I'm thinking I should, like, the obvious way to find some friends here my age is to start playing football. But I can't help but think anything but football. I hadn't minded if it had been golf or basketball or cricket or baseball. I'm a hat at anything related to a ball, basically. But anything is better than football. Football is, I have so many traumatizing memories from playing football. Always only being good at standing in the way and getting in the way, getting bruises, and being the last person to be picked for the teams. It's just, I've always been good at running, but you have to be better than that. You have to also know what to do with the ball. And I would always just kick it over yonder if I got it. All right, there's a clue sticking out of the empty jug. You're on your way to the jackpot, treasure seeker. Locate Captain Sanders' chest and open it for your reward. This reminds me of the questline to get the Riddler's Mindworm. It also brings you out here to a locker. That's actually where you get it. That's the last step. I believe I still carry it around like an extra. I carry an extra Riddler's Mindworm around in the bag or in the bank of my druid. Because it's a secret mount. And I got that second one from I got the second mount while recording for the guide. So I'd already gotten the mount, but I wanted to actually record it, and I got the mount before I started content creation. So, all right, it's got to be out here in the big ol'. Oh no, it's not out in the big old sea wreck. Would have been obvious too. Should do a bit of this too. It's good XP. What is this little 5 up here? Add-ons, 5 add-ons. Oh, okay. That's how much I know. I should use a water map. So I just discovered this. We've had this new UI for the entire expansion, and I have not noticed until just now that this little number up here is where you can find all your add-ons. So great. Lost treasure. Lost treasure, not the lost one. Take the booty. Congratulations. Well, I needed another bag, so nice. Captain Sanders shirt, which I had. And 1 silver ball. Thank you very much. I bet this was better back in Classic, if that even existed back in Classic. I haven't connected that appearance. Collected this appearance. I can't talk, apparently. I should just stop. I should just stop talking. But that's actually the reason why I made this warrior, was so I could get all that shield transmog that I can't get on any other character. Trade goods, I guess. Trade goods. Alright. Does our course take us to Stratholme? No. This big old yak. Fathom Dweller, another secret mount. Made a guide for. In case you don't have it. I should write this thing more. It's kind of fun. I like how she's just chilling on top. That can't be very comfortable though. You have to... you have to breathe in deep every time you hold your breath. Alright. This I think is the fastest. Sleepy kitten. It's been a journey getting them to this point in time where they can be outside by themselves. It's been a journey for them and a journey for me, because I am constantly worried that something's gonna happen to them. But now I know that they will come home when I come home, that they won't run off or run after me when I bike to work. They will stay where they are and not get into trouble. I believe that Nox has found out that swimming in the drench, what are they called? Not a ditch, a ditch. That swimming in the ditches is not a good idea. I think she's figured that one out now, which is about time, because she's come home muddy several times, and that's just not a good time for her, and not a good time for me. Not a good time for anybody. So the only thing I could be worried about now is other cats, but at some point in time they gotta learn to defend themselves. Right now they're still not territorial at all. They don't really leave their marks or anything anywhere. So they're very friendly. So that would be my worry, that they would be too friendly and not know to be wary of big red male adult cats, which is what I've seen outside. And he's very interested in getting to know the kittens. They are neutered though, so there's not going to be any chances at kittens or anything like that. Alrighty. Yeah, so I think for me, my plans is, or I don't know if it's plans, but right now I want to see if I can't figure out how to relax in the life I'm having at the moment. I keep thinking that there's something else I need to do, that I need to move somewhere, that I need to find another job, that I need to do something different with my life. I think, well, I know currently I'm kind of struggling with just relaxing and just being and just going to work every day, getting that done, and settling in the fact that I've got a stable job now. I think it'll be better once I get my own place and I can actually start to have the energy to think more about where I want my content creation journey to take me. Because I do want to put in a bit more effort, but I think I need to start thinking of a different way to do it, because my recent videos haven't been doing as good as I wanted them to do. It's still my artifact weapon videos and my allied races videos that sort of tank, if that makes sense, that pulls the viewers in. It's not my newer videos. So I need to reinvent myself a little bit, I think. Also because the allied race videos won't be relevant come next patch, which is when you actually don't need to do those quest lines anymore to get your allied races. So there's that. So what do I want to reinvent myself as? Do I want to go back to YouTube to stream? I'm seriously considering that these days. Sort of focusing on YouTube and focusing on setting up a community there with subs and emotes and sort of special content for subscribers, like home videos and whatnot. But I also recognize the fact that that would require more of a time investment, and I don't always have that extra time because I have my full-time job, right? So I think I have to figure out how much time do I want to spend, how much do I want to have 2 full-time jobs, and can I handle it? And I think there's a better chance of me handling it if I have my own place, because it just gives me that extra sort of brain space. I know I'm in my own space. I know this is where I belong. I know I'm going to stay for many years. I really need to find a place where I can just say, this is going to be my home. Nothing is going to kick me out. I'm going to stay here until I decide, okay, next phase of my life, so to speak. Shield? Oh yeah, the allied races. I didn't want to have the Valpyra, and now I won't have an option. Very true. You can't avoid them now. They're going to invade your character creation screen. You're gonna have the feeling that you don't have time for yourself. Yeah, you might be right with that. But the thing is, time for myself these days involves binging television. And while that is nice, it is not always required. It's one of those things where I will usually do it because I don't know what else to do. And I could be spending that time a lot more productively if I had the sort of mental energy for it, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm waiting. I feel like I'm in a waiting position at the moment where I wait for my home to appear. Which is oddly stressful in a way. Even if you're just waiting and you're not busy or anything. The fact that you have to wait until you could sort of move on to the next step is making me rather impatient. I'm not gonna And I've also set up my working hours, so I work from 7 to 3 instead of 8 to 4, the 8 to 4, I am usually home at 4:30. And then I have maybe an hour. I can stretch it to an hour before I have to start cooking dinner. And then I have to eat dinner. And then there's just a couple of hours of relaxing before I go to bed. I feel like I have a lot more time on my hands now that I leave work earlier. So that helps, at least. I need to do anything else here now. Just get these jungle remedies. Where is the gnome goblin gonna spawn next? It's gonna be in Stormwind. Okay, so we will have time for that just before I stop the stream. Arnio for drinking healing potions. But I definitely need to invest some more time in videos. Fortunately, I'm gonna get some opportunities at work to make some marketing videos, and that is going to give me some really good practice for content creation myself for my own channel. So that's good. There is also a couple of functions or a couple of tools that I need to figure out how to use that'll make my videos a bit better. I would like to be better at sort of adding animations, and that sort of zooming in function where you take part of the screen and zoom it in the video. For instance, for raid or dungeon guides, I would really love to give that a shot, to get into that. I've had a couple of guildies who've actually told me that they would watch them if I made them. So at least I'll have a couple of viewers there. That's the start. There is a lot of other people that make guides though, so it's again one of those things where I don't know how many viewers, but it's difficult to come up with new ideas for WoW content because there's so many content creators out there and there's so much competition. That's why I'm wondering if I should reinvent myself and start doing a different kind of content or different games, maybe be a variety streamer instead, and invest something in, say, Diablo or The Sims or Animal Crossing, or what else do we play? Pokemon. Spyro. Old games. Though not Minecraft. I don't think I would be a Minecraft kind of person. Give me a remedy. Thank you. Oh, that's the Lashtail hatchling! While looking through the soldier's possessions, you look down to see a newborn raptor hatchling looking back up at you. Was it following this cursed military man the whole time? You can see it studying you, learning your features and following your movements. The Lashtail hatchling has formed a bond with you. This thing is so freaking adorable. It is my favorite part of the whole Northern Stranglethorn questline, is that hatchling. What about other MMOs? Is Diablo not an MMO? But you're thinking maybe Final Fantasy, or... Because I don't think that's my style. I've watched some gameplay and I've watched... It's like trailers and stuff for it, and I don't think the art style is for me. I once played something that's called Blade and Soul, and it's giving me way too many flashbacks to Blade and Soul. I don't think... Skyrim, though, is something I would love to stream. I just gotta figure out how to make OBS and listen to my commands. Alright, I'm just gonna... There's no rested bonus here, is there? No. I'm just gonna log out and jump over to a different character to get Stormwind. Lost Ark has good graphics, but you need to invest too much time or money. Lost Ark, I heard, is good too. I mean, do you need to invest more than buying the game? I guess I should. Have I? No, I haven't done the treasure goblin and the scares. I want to call it a hobgoblin. I don't know why, but it's just a hobgoblin to me. Hmm. How close am I to? Let's see. Dungeon bosses, quests. I mean, just doing 10 dailies for the Midsummer Fest could get me quests in Pandaria, world quests. I've done 2 out of 15, that's not a lot. Dragon Scale Expedition quests in Sarah the Cavern. That would be an easy one to do. What else? Raid bosses. I mean, we're gonna kill a couple tonight. I think that will be the one that gets me to the parrot. I've also got 26 days left, so should be fine. Should be fine. I'm surprised the kittens haven't caught any mice yet. I'm also surprised that they're not really active. In winter, they were super active. And in the attic, you could just hear them sort of munching through, munching through the walls. But now we don't hear them at all. I wonder, I mean, they must be outside then. But Kitty, my old cat, who's 20 now, she used to be a really good huntress. She used to bring back quite a few mice, and she would also eat them. But so far, the only thing that the kittens have caught have been lizards. Poor lizards. Honestly, I had to save one the other day. I saw one with this much tail, which means that they have been at it before and gotten its tail. I saw one of those inside, so they must have caught that one. So I grabbed it very gently and put it outside in a flower pot with a bit of water because it seemed really tired. And I should have put it further away because about 10 minutes later, Nox comes back inside with it and now it's lost its tail. And now it's even more battered up. So I grab it again and I take it outside and I try to save it. I don't know if it's a lost cause. And then they have caught a very dry, old, long time dead bird from the attic, which they brought inside and placed it on the door frame leading into my room. And the funniest thing was that at the time, my dad had to walk through the room to get something on the other side, and he didn't notice it at all. I don't know if he stepped across it or around it, but he was just so in his head that he didn't notice this bird right in front of the door. So I came back in and I like, Dad, did you not notice this very, very dead and dry bird? So they had found that in the attic and then they dragged it down. And then they've caught a bird's nest, and I was very worried that they had caught a bird and torn it apart. But then I noticed that in the feathers that I found were also bits of moss and bits of fur and stuff, grass. So it was part of a nest. So yeah. Luckily, no birds. I would be really sad if they caught birds. There's a bit of a risk because we've got several birds' nests in the garden in these birdhouses, and at some point the young birds have to learn to fly, and that'll be really risky business, especially for the small birds, the little tits. Should I put up a banner too? Do I have the banner? Actually, do I have the banner? Oh, I do have the banner. It's the banner of your dreams. Bad dreams. It's actually a really cool banner. We have a few banners in the game, and they're just not good looking at all. Look at this measly little banner here. This is really well made. I quite like the things from this event. It's also part of what makes me want to play Diablo, not gonna lie. And then there is the Hearthstone toy. It's called something like a scroll. No, it's not called a scroll. It's not called a Hearthstone. Maybe I don't actually, maybe I don't have the scroll. I just have that portal thing. Which is from the Twitch promotion event. Maybe I actually don't have the scroll. Ah. Well, there we go. I need that too. The scroll and the mount. I would like one of each, please. Just one now is also good. One minute to go. 1 minute to go. And then I can go get some food and some ice cream. Kind of. The other day, somebody put down that sunflower thing. Oh, a pretty shell. I found a shell in the bottom of the chest. I didn't actually think you'd find anything. An empty shell. People displaying all their toys. I think the other day we broke the portal in the trade district. There were a lot of huge gammons around. I don't think the game was happy with that, to be completely honest. Oh, he's up. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I never play a mage. Just pressing all the buttons. This is a character I boosted. I had a token from either Dragonflight or Shadow. It must have been Shadowlands, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, game is lagging a little bit. Yeah, I feel it. What's this? Counterspell. Cone of Cold. Flurry. Sure. Pressing all the buttons. I think I might maybe come to enjoy Frost Mage if I actually invested some time in it. But it's just, Mage is just not my vibe. Okay, nothing. I just got a Charm of Life, which gives me stamina. Okay, let me see if I can switch these scenes. Okay, okay. It works. It works. That was it for today's stream. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I have put an extra stream in on Tuesday afternoon after work, which I hope I will be able to make. It depends on how busy I'm at work. I will be working on a video guide for work. So I don't know how much that is, how much time that's going to consume for me. But if nothing happens, there is a stream up on Tuesday at 4:30 after work, and then as usual on Sunday as well. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday and a great Monday tomorrow at the start of your week. And let me see if I can end the stream without anything going crazy. So thanks for coming. Take care of yourselves and each other.